entire mind shift for me, because you get the two on the road to Emmaus, and they're all disturbed, and there's this dissonance about everything that happened with Jesus, and they're walking away from Jerusalem, walking away from faith, walking away from the Passover celebration, and Jesus is walking with them. But he's using that time to explain to them the law and the prophets, the Old Testament, and walk them through. This is how everything had to happen.
Right.
And so just that claim, like all of this is about Jesus, was just a kind of a huge shift, I think, in my thinking. That I think it was a professor in undergrad that really kind of drew our attention to that. And so just like, when you read the Exodus, like, oh, this is about Jesus. Yeah. And like that seems a little more obvious in some ways, but it's like you go to the Noah's flood, like this is about Jesus. Wait a minute, what? Right? So there's, there is kind of, I think, that the extra work in some ways, like how do we encounter Jesus in the Old Testament? Is there a, I guess, what stands out to you? Like, here's the work. Like, how do you give people some steps to encounter Christ in that?
Sure. So, me growing up in the Bible Belt and what was the old dispensationalist city of the United States.
We all go to church somewhere in the box, right?
Right. It was like, a lot of your Sunday school lessons was pointing to the Old Testament, like, look, see, that's Jesus. And for me, I kind of want to say, now hold on, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Let's do some historical context. The first step of that historical context is Israel cannot get it right. They are literally God's children in the sense that they just cannot get it right. They have to be disciplined over and over again. They just can't get it right. And so this king fails, this king didn't follow Torah, this king's going to kill this king's going to count the armies. It's just, we can't get it right with these leaders. And so Israel is finally looking at, where is this righteous king, this righteous Messiah, which is a king that's anointed to be king. He didn't steal it. He didn't kill for it. He's anointed to be king. And he's going to follow Torah. That is what Israel's looking for. And it's kind of like, some people may disagree with me, and that's totally fine. I'm up for it and here for it. But it's kind of like God gave them the ultimate gift, and it's kind of like a surprise gift, actually. That here is my own son. Okay, because you can't get it right, I'm going to give you my own, who's going to follow the Torah. And matter of fact, because the sacrifices on the altar were not enough, my son is going to be enough. So you've got somebody who's following Torah, somebody who's anointed by the ruler of the universe, and whose blood is able to cover the world's sins. And so Israel has gotten the best gift of all, finally. And it's a gift that keeps on giving to the world. And so I think those are some of the steps needed to be taken. And it takes learning those steps. I had to learn those steps. You know what I mean? It takes learning, and it takes work, and it takes time, and it takes patience, and it takes being wrong at times. So
absolutely.